A few days ago, a FedEx freight truck pulled up in front of my house and dropped off a pallet full of boxes. And I opened those boxes to find all of these. An entire collection of Raaco storage cabinets and toolboxes that they sent to me as a gift to organize my Lego parts collection. My current system is one that uses these small Sterilite drawers, and as you can see, it's one that works, but my stuff isn't broken down in a way that most Bricklink people would find acceptable. Now, I'm not planning to open a Bricklink store, but I've always been jealous of Bricklink store's organization and how they have everything all put away in drawers and they know exactly where to find every single piece. And I feel like Raaco is going to allow me to live that Bricklink seller's life. Well, first things first, we got to get these all down to the studio where I just was to show that shot to you. We'll go back down. I should have taken one with me. And I should probably also not have the camera in my hand because then I could carry two at a time. These are very heavy, by the way. These are made of metal, as I showed. They're very nice. And I just put a nice dent in my Lego Star Wars Advent calendar. Thanks, Raaco. I'm kidding, of course, but let's get these all down there and see what we're gonna do, how we're gonna set this up. Because even as of right now, walking this first one down, I'm not entirely sure. This might be a good time for me to actually clean this area up. I've been using my storage for storage. There's got to be other people out there that do this. I don't want to live this life anymore, guys. I just want to live the Raaco storage container life, and it's going to be glorious. Okay, let's do the work, and then we can have the fun. A lot of this stuff is my to-be sorted stuff, and I guess it's good that I waited to do that because we now have a place to sort it all to. I was hoarding a lot of stuff on my table and on my drawers, but I'm happy to see that go because now it looks so much cleaner over here, but about to look even cleaner when I put the Raacos in, which, speaking of, before we grab all the other ones, let's take the plastic off this and see what these are like. And there it is. Our first opportunity to try the drawers. They come all the way out to the end. They do have a stopper there. They're deep though. Put this back here just to see what it looks like in comparison with what I currently have. Does give me a few extra inches of table space there, but if I step back here, you can see the difference between my old system and what is going to be my new one. I like the way that looks. These are, if you're curious, these are Sterilite. I forget the size of these, but they're 3 drawers. So that's 5 units stacked on top of each other here and then 6 down there. And then this is just all 1 unit, which I think will add a lot of stability to what I'm doing here. And I'm already starting to feel like a Bricklink person already. So let's go get the rest of these and we'll come up with a plan as to how we're going to do this. Many trips up and down the stairs later, got all the storage cabinets down here. And something I want to show you that you may not have seen if you didn't watch my unboxing, these are all different size drawers that are in here too. You've got very big ones, you got very small ones, and pretty much everything in the middle. There's all kinds of varieties here. And as you can also tell, I have more drawers than I have table space. So we're most certainly going to have to go too high on these. And I don't think that's going to be a problem because if you look at the bottom of this, it's kind of indented there. And I believe that it should sit right on top of this. At least that's what I'm hoping. Otherwise, I'm going to need some more tables. So let's open up another one and we'll try stacking them. Number 2 coming out. That one's 4 drawers wide. This one is 5 drawers wide. So man, we're gonna really be able to break my stuff down quite extensively here. Here we go. Right on top of there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo! Can you not stack these? That is not good news. These don't appear to be stackable. That surprises me. I was thinking these would be very modular in the way that they are. There are holes here that I suppose you could like drill a screw through into the top or bottom of each one, but they didn't provide any hardware to do that. With these ones, they're very stackable because one, they just kind of sit on top of each other, but you can also take the lids off and really stack them like crazy. I don't do that because I move them around quite a bit. But that is one part of that system that I really like. I went to Raaco's website and I looked at all of the accessories they have, and I don't see anything that they have listed that would put these together. So I might have to email them. There's probably some simple solution for this, but setting those on top of each other just as they are is, I don't think would be good news, especially with having a little kid that gets up on the table and pulls drawers out. Even if these ones, that's going to be much taller. I can though, just to see what it looks like. Let's just try it once. Maybe they don't anticipate you stacking them, but it seems like something people would do, right? That is super sketch, but I do, wow, maybe that's too high. I don't know. I can imagine like pulling parts out of here might be kind of a pain. That's over 6 feet in the air right there coming from the table. Maybe I do just want to go one high, but then I feel like I'm sacrificing a lot of height because my plan was to line this entire table up with these Sterilite ones and stack them even taller than what these are over here. That seems kind of crazy, but maybe it's just something that I have to get used to because my brain's used to seeing them kind of low versus all the way up there. You can see just how far it is. The problem with only going one high is that there's no way I could use all of these. In fact, I'd probably only be able to use half of them because I'd still want to use this system stacked to the ceiling for the other half of my tables. I looked all over the internet trying to find out if you can actually stack these or not, and I could not find the answer. There was one other person asking my question that I had with no replies. I did look at the reviews on Amazon, and people were mounting these on the wall using these holes in the back here, but I don't necessarily want to mount them permanently. I want to be able to move things around if I want to. I was just thinking I could stack them. I'm thinking my best bet might be to find something that can go down inside the top of this and stay wedged in there, and then when I put the other one on top of it, it stays with it. Like that, it would go through both of them essentially. I might email Raaco though and just see what they have to say. In the meantime, I'm going to get as many set up here as I can. I'm going to do one table of these. I'll pick out whichever ones I think would be best in terms of the size of these. And then I'm going to migrate all of these together if I can, just to see what this looks like if I stack these all the way to the ceiling over here. I just did the great shuffle, moved all of my storage drawers down to one table, and I don't think I like it. Like in my mind, this is what inevitably was going to happen once I got more and more parts into storage. We're eventually going to go to the ceiling, but in a practical sense, like trying to reach for this top drawer, I have to get on my tiptoes to reach that. It's like 7 feet in the air, and when you're building with a 9-year-old, not ideal unless he's basically standing on the table, which, as I mentioned before, he absolutely does. I would love, though, to find a balance point between that and the Raaco ones, which are currently standing on their own right down here. I've got 6 of these on the table, and as you can see, we could definitely go higher. Do we want to go that high? Not really. I guess they would be if we stacked them too high, but I feel like I'm sacrificing a lot of storage right in this space right here. Like my ideal would probably be like, I guess we'll cut this off like right there. Maybe here at the most, but like I think right there, that's like eye level. That's perfect. I'm like Goldilocks here. That's too tall. Not tall enough. I did find what I think are the most useful ones in terms of Lego storage, like the 5 wides, 5 wide, got the 4 wide, 4 wide. So like those, lots of small pieces in there. And then these ones are both 3s, but then that still leaves me with double the collection. Like I have 6 up there, then I still have 6 down here. And again, that could go right there. I could completely get rid of this system, but think about the number of pieces that are being stored inside some of these. Like that's a lot, isn't it? Some of it not so much, but I got to figure out what I'm going to do here. Like I really have to ponder this. If I could stack these, I feel like that's a no-brainer. Like just put those 6 right on top there, and I just get used to climbing up on a ladder to get all my stuff out of here. Like this is me standing beside it. Like this is how high we have to go. Like I'm just going to grab one of these plates out of here, no problem. What a first world problem to have, isn't it? I just have too much Lego. It's stacked to the ceiling. What shall I do with myself? But I am in a conundrum here between the old system, which was working, and the new system, which I would prefer, just not like the exact setup that I want. I think these, like as I was doing this, I think these would be perfect in a bookshelf like this. Like say all of this Lego stuff was out of here and I evened these drawers out. Wouldn't it be perfect to have like 2 drawers there, 2 drawers there, 2 drawers? Like you could stack this really nicely and have a whole bookshelf full of Lego parts. And maybe that is the move. Maybe I stop displaying stuff because this is kind of just a hodgepodge of things that we've built. Maybe I just start displaying Lego and start stacking Lego everywhere. It could be perfect, especially for what we do, which is building stuff all the time. And Clark, man, my boy's getting into mocks quite heavily, and that's where I'd like to go too. I at least want to have my stuff organized. So, dang, between systems here, Raaco, Sterilite, I have storage there, I've got storage here, I've got storage there, I've got an entire storage room full of unprocessed yard sale Lego that I need to go through. So, like, I need as much storage as I can get. So if anything, I don't know if I'm committing to Raaco as like my number one source of storage, but it'll definitely be an asset for me to get some of the smaller stuff out. So I think that's probably where we're going to go. I'm going to send them an email about stacking them, not necessarily wall mounting. I don't really want to do that where you put holes in the wall and become a very permanent thing. But if I could figure out something to put down between these and then stack them up, I think that's the move. Raaco doesn't sell anything like that, but there's got to be somebody out there, maybe somebody watching this video that has used these before and they're like, Greg, I know exactly what to do and how to stack those. Or you could tell me like, they're not stackable. This is just life. Outside of being a extreme Lego collector or a Bricklink seller, I don't think most people are buying this many of these. Most of the reviews that I saw, people are buying like one of them for their Lego collection, not 12 of them. So I'll get this figured out. I just kind of want to give an update on this because I had lots of people who are excited about this like I was when I got these in the mail. But now I'm just trying to figure out how to actually use them, which you wouldn't think would be that complicated, but became a little bit more so when I'm shuffling things around and actually seeing what it's like down here in the Brickitect studio. So on that, that's today's update. I'm sure I'll be talking a whole lot more about these. And of course, there's going to be videos of me transitioning over to them, filling them up, or finding solutions on how to use these in the most effective way, even if that means buying bookshelves to put them on. Holy moly. The world of Lego collecting, it's very challenging, isn't it? It's not. It really isn't, but it's fun. And I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this little journey, a part of a much bigger one. I love this hobby, and the only downside is you got to find a place for it. After I shot that last clip, I decided to come over and sit down with a few of my tile drawers, the light gray and the dark gray, and here's what I came up with for the dark gray. I actually really like this. Took one drawer that was just miscellaneous stuff, sort of like what you see there, and I broke it down. We've got double wide and circular singles, we got the little grates, and then we've got the old gray. And I like that a lot. The only question is, can I afford to do that? Because I used 4 drawers now. That was one. So if you do that times however many drawers you see over here, how quickly am I going to run out of drawers? Or how efficient can I get? Because I feel like these are filled up pretty well. And when I go searching, man, that's going to make life real nice. I don't know. Maybe I should just start the conversion process and see how this goes. This could be the move, even if I can't double stack them, which I don't know why I'm so hung up on that, because I don't really like how tall this is. So having these down here, especially when you're sitting down, like ideally you're going to be sitting here building, and just to go like that is so much nicer than getting up on a step stool. But I like that a lot. And those, let me put one of these drawers in just so you can see what they're like. I used 2 of the big ones and 2 of the small ones. So let's just say that that goes there and that goes there. I'm going to put labels on these so you don't have to go hunting. Yeah, I kind of dig that. Let's see if that stays in there. It does. If you want to take these out very easily, you just lift up. I'm going to get kind of triggered because all these have to be in the same way, but just like that. And then you can pick your piece out, or you can pull the whole drawer out. I'm kind of digging that a lot. So we've got that, and then there's no rhyme or reason to this. I was just kind of experimenting and playing around with it, but it could be like that. That could be our system. As I convince myself more and more that I need to move the Raaco, I look at these drawers and a lot of these are very inefficiently packed, and some of them are just full of like miscellaneous stuff. Like I've got CMFs and things there which wouldn't necessarily need to be in there. And some of these would actually do better in bigger drawers too as they get pretty full, which I most certainly have. We could go super big, or these ones would be perfect too. I think I'm getting sold on these. That just looks so much cleaner too. Mrs. Brickitect came home and I showed her my Conundrum here, and she's like, these are so much better. And I agree with her. I did very briefly consider putting them on these shelves in the back here, because right now I have all these Lego sets sitting here. But as I was mentioning earlier, like a bookshelf system would be perfect for these. And I could get more of these shelves that go across here and set them exactly where they need to be to have an entire wall of parts right here. So we could do the Raaco on the back wall, which would be cool. And then this whole wall could continue to be my Sterilite. That could be the move, because then we just increase our storage by, you know, twofold, maybe more even. I just have to give up all these glorious sets that are sitting here, which kind of makes me a little sad, but what's more useful? All the parts are beautiful sets. Ninjago City, it's crying right now. It's scared. What am I going to do? I don't know. I'm going to seek your opinion out on this. What would you do if you were in my position here, where you had a lot of Lego, a lot of stuff on display, and just like this system right now, where you have this, but you're like leaning towards this to make your life more efficient? What would you do? You let me know what you think. This is just like me kind of like living this in real time, and I think this is probably the most authentic way that I could share this experience, where I was given this crazy gift that turns into this thing where it's like it's causing me some type of like crisis in my life almost. I think that might be being a little dramatic, but at least we have a thumbnail and title now. Anyways, hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this very much in progress journey in Lego storage. I love this kind of stuff, and this is going to be great to see what I can turn this into. Speaking of turn into, I'll give you a little more bonus footage. Let's turn this into something about filling up drawers. There are my gray tiles, and that's what it looks like. Using a lot of these. Can I sustain this? All of those just to clear those two out. But I do like it kind of broken down more. Might even have to break it down even more, because look at that one. Almost full already, and I have a lot of Lego to process. This is the old gray all mixed together, but I just kind of want to show what this process looks like. If you're thinking about doing this, or if I'm thinking about doing this, this is what it's like. So I'm going to be sharing a lot more of this as I go. And of course, I'm going to be looking at all the comments to figure out, like, you know, if you have any suggestions or advice, like I mentioned before. I'm just trying things out and seeing what works. That's a part of the journey, and I'm excited to be on it. On that, I hope you have a glorious rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next storage video. Our new system. Clark Man stands on the table, gets the parts. Pretty simple. I think we can make this work.